be here.
Okay, we are now live. We're officially live.
Good morning, everyone. It's the 21st of October, 2025. Let us know where you're watching from. Put it in the chat. And we're going to do hashtag KMT today for
A t-shirt.
what?
A t-shirt.
For a t-shirt. Okay. Everybody have, it's not this one, but it will say probably Kiltz Tribe somewhere.
That's right. That's right.
And
we have
do
a
we
guest
have
today? We
do
have a
we have
guest
any?
today.
I'm sorry?
We have a guest today.
Yes. Do we have any announcements, Alia, before we start with him?
I did make this announcement yesterday. We officially started the Kiltz Health coaching course last week, but I didn't turn off the payment link on accident. So if you missed it, you can still sign up until noon today. And then the first class with Dr. Nelson is tomorrow at 3 p.m. But I'm turning it off at noon today. So we've got a few more hours, noon Eastern, a few more hours if you are interested in actually getting into the course this round. There you go.
All righty. And today we have here Olle. Hopefully I'm close, somewhere close there.
Close enough.
And I came in photo finish at the last minute, so I didn't even talk to him backstage. I'm going to ask him to go ahead and introduce himself and tell us your story.
Yeah, my name is Olle.
And before you do that, please put questions in the chat, QQQ, for him, and with the hashtag KMT.
Yeah, so my name is Olle. I'm a big proponent of carnivore, of course, and I have a YouTube channel since like a little bit over a year named Carnivore Sverige or Carnivore Sweden. So I'm pushing like carnivore in Sweden. So I'm doing almost everything in Swedish. So, and for about 4 years ago, I started carnivore. I had a lot of stomach issues, like so many people. I had dizziness attacks, and I think it was because I had tonsil stones. So I had not only problems with my bacteria in my gut, but also problems with my bacteria in my mouth. So tonsil stones was created, and because of this, sometimes I could wake up in the middle of the night and the whole room was spinning, even though I had 0 alcohol, and I was like, what is this? And I tried to go to doctors in Sweden. They just gave me something, I'm not sure what it is, something to drink, but so it got removed a little bit, but then it came back. So of course it was from the stomach, the gut, the diet. And so I wanted to push in Swedish because there is no YouTube channel in Sweden before me doing carnivore. So I did that for a year, and now I've recently done the first carnivore event also in Sweden.
Oh,
that
wow.
was also, like half a year ago. And we were actually fully booked in Stockholm, like 120 people. So it's actually growing quite a bit, and we have a big, it's like functional medicine stuff. It's pretty growing here as well. It's called FunMed in Sweden. I think it's the biggest in Europe, biggest functional medicine. Yeah, so they were there and had some speeches and stuff on my carnivore event because they're also like proponents of carnivore. So yeah, that's my introduction, I guess.
Love it.
And so have you solved the problems you were looking to solve?
Yeah, no more dizziness attacks, the tonsil stones removed. My gut is like 10 times better because it was so normalized that you should go to the toilet and poop like 5 times a day. It's just normal. Everyone said it was normal. I was like, okay, it's normal, no problem. But now it's like 1 time a day. And if I eat, sometimes I only eat raw meat, then it's like every other day, so then it's like even better digestion for me at least. So yeah, fixed pretty much everything.
Very good. How many times a day do you eat?
Usually like 3 times a day, but sometimes 2, sometimes once. I go by intuition. If I wake up and I'm not hungry, I don't eat. I don't need to eat, you know. So I try to listen to my body, and if I work out a lot, I eat a lot more. But I noticed that from a health perspective, the more meat I eat and the less of everything else, like even eggs, the better I feel. And I've heard like the same kind of things from other carnivores, because it's so easy to go the other way, to be more and more liberal, to add more and more cheese, more and more milk and other stuff. And I think it can get out of hand quite easily, is my experience.
Do you have any weight to lose?
Weight? No.
Yeah. No, okay.
It's almost the other way around, that I lose weight quite easily. So I need to keep my weight. Yeah.
Didn't you know that all the Swedes are tall and beautiful and blonde?
Yeah, exactly.
So what is you do you have any exercise training routine?
Yeah, I try to lift just heavy weights like 4 times a week. I did quite a lot of martial arts also. So I noticed that's actually what took the longest time to adapt in the beginning. It probably took like 6 months, I would say, before I felt like, okay, now I can really push through my workouts using ketones, because in like when it only went like 3 months, then I got a huge dip in energy. When I worked out like 30 minutes, it was like, I can't do anything, this is okay, I can't do anything. I just, yeah.
So what did you do when that happened?
I'm stubborn. I tried to push through.
Okay.
And I knew, but that's where the knowledge comes in, because I've heard from others like Dr. Shafee and others that, yeah, it can take quite a while to get adapted, especially, most people, I think they feel the mental clarity quite fast, like maybe a week or 2. But, the pushing through, the working hard, maybe it takes a little bit longer, the physiological things. So with the knowledge I had, I will just keep eating fat and protein, and eventually it will get better. And it did.
So how long have you been carnivore now?
For around 4 years.
Okay.
Not strict all the time, but I started 4 years ago.
And how long do you think it took you to get fat adapted?
Like with working out?
Yeah.
For me, it's probably 6 months.
6 months. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know, because there are, 4 years, and you said on and off. Nobody's perfect, we know, and each one has to do their own type of diet. But I'm seeing, what do you think about this trend going on about some carnivore people adding back some carbs, fruits, or vegetables? How do you feel about that personally?
I don't have any feelings to it, because
Mhm.
I'm not like, this is not feelings. I don't have an ideology. I just do what feels best to me, and others can do what feels best to them. So I don't think we should go down the like vegan route, like being too like, oh, you should only eat this, otherwise you're not, because this is not an ideology. If you feel better on that, fine. But I think many people, they trick themselves, because our brains, they are very good at coming up with excuses. Okay, yeah, maybe I should do this. Maybe Paul Saladino is correct. It's the thyroid. It will get damaged, etc. But maybe it's just an excuse to eat the carbs and eat the garbage. So you have to have an inner monologue to come to the conclusion, why should I eat this stuff?
So everyone has to do what's best for them, of course. But especially if you're new, if you just do 60 days, 90 days, and then you hit that place where many of us have been, where you might have a dip in energy and you're going through some fat adaptation, really, would the answer be at that point, well, of course I need carbs, my brain is asking me for glucose, and I haven't even tried being carnivore for longer or going through that fat adaptation. And that can happen, by the way, with a very low carbohydrate diet or a carnivore diet. But sometimes people are just adding back a lot more carbs than maybe their body tolerates, and they end up having some difficulty with that. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat. I see we have at least one, so let's go ahead and
George.
Ask him.
But it has nothing to do with carnivore. Will other Scandinavian countries, Finland, Denmark, and Norway, understand Swedish?
Denmark and Norway, yes, especially Norway. But Finland, no. No. They are more. I think they are from the same group like Hungary. So it's completely different because they immigrated from the east. So it's different people.
Okay. And if you can put the channel in the chat.
Sure. You said Swedish carnivore is your channel.
Yeah, Carnivore Sverige.
Oh, okay. Like it says right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And I would have never guessed that was the pronunciation.
But you have any questions, Alia?
No, we don't have any questions. Oh, do I have any questions?
You.
Oh.
But regarding the carbs or the carnivore diet, I think you can say it's a perfect diet. Just eat meat and fat, maybe some organs. But, and it's a big but, because people have problems, then it might just not be enough because we damaged our body so much. Some people might have oxalate poisoning. And so when they eat a little bit of oxalates, okay, they feel better because then the oxalate can bind to the calcium again. So it all depends on your personal situation. Maybe you have electrolyte problems. That's why you get the dip. There could be other underlying issues. Maybe you have iodine problems and it's not enough with meat. Maybe you need fish because it's not near the water where the meat or the cows are grazing. So it is a perfect diet, but the situation, because we've damaged our bodies, maybe we need a little bit something else also.
No. And what about coffee?
Coffee?
This is the controversial question. What about coffee?
Yeah, I drink coffee sometimes and I feel good, but then I don't feel good.
Oh, okay.
So it's like just a dopamine thing. But it is pretty bad, I think. It's essentially it's just like mix the bone bean soup. So
yeah.
And the beans, we know that most of the toxins are in the beans or in the leaf or in the stem. So you're gonna get a lot of toxins and also other stuff because people don't buy good coffee either.
Right. I used to live next to a coffee farm and we didn't realize, and we would get sick every month. We had to leave. We got sick every month because they would spray and it induced my son's asthma. So yeah, I understand that. And I still drink coffee. So you're talking to a bunch of Americans who are addicted to coffee.
I think Swedes are one of the worst, actually.
Really?
Like per capita, I think we are like top 3. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Oh, man.
I think the average is around like 5 or 4 cups, like average a day.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a bit
insane.
I'm just curious if anyone else has any other questions. Sometimes I don't hear the questions that get asked because I'm in the chat. So if I ask a question, I hope it's not the same that Dr. Nelson already asked. Michael Smith, didn't Dr. Atkins' program add back some carbs after people started to fix weight?
Yeah, the good old Dr. Atkins program was a few weeks initially of what he called induction, and that was the only part that really was under 20 grams. And then he had a step up program basically where people added carbs. So, yes, it wasn't a stay low on a prolonged basis. So, I personally can't be doing that. I have to stay in my lane, and I do not tolerate many carbs. So,
But did Atkins, was he a proponent of low protein, high fat, like really keto, or do you know that?
well, it was basically a low carb, high fat diet. But then his different stages, he did add back some carbohydrates. And we're talking about the Atkins diet. If you look at his books, not at the products that are now sold in stores with his name.
Right.
Those are probably some of the crappiest products with bad ingredients.
It's terrible. Don't buy anything. Just buy regular food. Just buy Whole Foods. Just buy meat and eggs, and you're all good. Oh yeah, what do you think about eggs? Because so you
Eggs?
is that on your meal plan? Eggs?
Yeah, it's very good, but I feel better with meat. But I do eat some eggs because they're so like nutrient dense. So I think it's good, and also it's so easy to eat a lot because I have the other way problem around that I lose weight too easy. And just doing like some scrambled eggs with some butter, I can just 1 second.
Yeah.
I can't do that with meat. So if I feel like I need more energy, then I eat more eggs.
Cool.
And what do you think about you mentioned butter, but what do you think about other dairy products?
Yeah, I think it's
cream, kefir, yogurt.
Yeah, it's probably like a scale. I mean, obviously, I always take like first principle. Obviously, humans aren't designed to drink cow milk when we're adults. It's kind of obvious, like, but evolutionary speaking. But there is, of course, different levels. I think like unpasteurized ghee is probably like second to meat, like the second best thing you can eat, maybe, and eggs. So it all depends, but drinking like pasteurized milk, that's probably a bad idea for most people. But you can't compare that to unpasteurized ghee, which is only fat, because there seems to be like a problem with the protein and the lactose, the carbohydrate in the milk. And the fat seems to, most people can, just eat the fat. So I think that's probably good. And also you have to compare it in the times we live, it's still better than 99.99% of what you can buy at your store.
So can you find in most states in the United States, you're not able to buy raw milk or unpasteurized except to feed your pet. So many people buy the raw milk or butter. In most states, is only allowed for pets. So you might buy it for your pet and accidentally use it. But the question is, can you find raw milk or butter in your country?
You can, but it's only farmers that can sell them. So it's illegal in normal stores. And the farmer has like a certain amount of liters, like 70 liters a week, I think it is, they can sell it for. So they have like, And I asked like people like, why is that? And they say it's bad. Okay, because of the bacteria. Then I ask, okay, then why can they sell it at all? What happens after 70 liters? Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like there's no real logic to it, to be honest.
That's very funny. Yeah. 70 liters. So everyone gets sick after the 70. Whoever buys the 70th liter is gonna get the
Yeah.
bad milk. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, and cigarettes and candy are legal. So I mean, there's really there's no logic to it, really.
Right. When you started your channel, like what was your excuse me, your intention and purpose with that?
Well, as carnivore is growing, so are like the YouTube channels and social media also. But there is a lot of international like YouTube channels and not that many local. So I was like, I want to have like a national. Like, okay, so Swedes can find information in Swedish, and also some people just maybe some older people they want to listen to a Swede, talking Swedish and getting the information in that way. So my purpose was to spread like good information for Swedes. Yeah.
Awesome.
So have you been doing an annual meetup, or how many times have you done the meetings?
We did one carnivore event. Yeah, it takes a lot of time, I noticed, to organize things and get everything ready. It wasn't like 5 seconds and you have another job at the side and stuff. So, but there is meetups, more spontaneous meetups also. So that's very good. And we have like Carnivore Nordic in Sweden, like a Facebook group, Carnivore Nordic. So we have like, I think it's like 8,000 members. So there's a lot of Swedes doing carnivore. Yeah,
I love that.
So that's really good.
So that's his channel there.
Yeah.
And you pronounce
Can you pronounce it again?
Carnivore Sverige. So if you're a Swede or Danish or Norwegian, then you can watch. But I don't have that much in English. So for the English speaking, then it's not that much.
All right.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's Sweden. Sverige.
Oh.
Yeah. Exactly.
There you go.
All righty. So Brian had made a comment about Dr. Atkins. He's totally right. I watch Dr. Westman all the time, and as a matter of fact, I had a book, an Atkins book that was published in 2009 or 10, and for the longest time, I didn't realize it wasn't written by Dr. Atkins. Dr. Atkins had been dead and buried for a while now before that book was published. And it was Dr. Westman, Dr. Eric Westman, with someone else who wrote that book. And I have it somewhere around here.
But does Dr. Westman say we should reintroduce some carbohydrates?
Well, Dr. Westman's, he says he suggests to patients a carnivorous diet.
A carnivorous diet.
He is a big proponent of at least staying below the 20 grams a day. Whole foods, and check him out, Dr. Eric Westman. As a matter of fact, has the podcast been published? Dr. Kiltz had one with Dr. Westman not too long ago. So it was published already, Alia?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm curious what else we should learn from people from the Viking country.
So what do you do for work?
Yeah, I'm a physiotherapist and personal trainer. So I've been interested in like health and how the body works for a very long time. So yeah, so that's.
And do you talk to your patients about this way of eating?
No, I can't say it directly, but indirectly, maybe.
Okay. We
I-
won't
I
get you.
actually,
What's
We won't get you into
indirectly?
trouble.
no problem. I've actually heard like a doctor on the other door of me. He spoke openly about you should do a carnivore diet for, I think it was a diabetes patient.
Oh wow.
But then I don't think they sign it in the journal. But I think many doctors, they feel bad, because they are smart people, most of them, and they have come to like close to the same conclusion as us, many of them. And then when they feel bad enough, then they will start to speak, but they don't want to lose their job. So I understand if they don't write
Of course,
it.
of course. I have a son who's a physical therapist assistant, and he works full time for a big hospital system near Orlando, and works part time for the other hospital system. So he cannot do just whatever he wants. He needs to stay within his lane as far as talking to patients or suggesting to patients, because you have some rules you have to follow regarding what you tell patients, and you have some rules about documentation as well. So
Exactly. But the hard part is that the truth is also a lot of physiotherapy patients are diet related, like arthritis. It's diet related. And
yeah, inflammation.
Exactly. And the tissue which people have, they're very poor quality. Why is that? They can't handle the mechanical pressure, which is a physiotherapy case. But why can't they handle, oh, I've injured my back. Yeah, okay, what happened? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Yeah, because it's poor quality of the joints and the muscles and the spine, everything. Because if the body don't get nutrients, then slowly, every tissue will decay. And so you get hurt because of that. So it is diet related, even physiotherapists, a lot of the cases. And then, of course, something is just mechanical cases. If someone fell and hit their shoulders and it was out of joint, okay, then it's just a mechanical problem. But I like to, see health in a bigger picture. Like we have mechanical health, biochemical health, which is food and sunlight, etc., and then psychological health. And all of those three, they are interconnected. So yeah, I've studied a lot of this holistic thing, which is my plan to like work more holistically long time.
So do you, at least when you initially do your initial evaluation with patients, ask them, what do you eat, how you sleep, do you go out in the sunlight, things like that?
Yeah. I try to, because, you can say, at least in Sweden, that, yeah, processed foods are probably not good for you. You should eat whole foods. So I can push for that, and I do that. It's just that you can't say you should eat carnivore or you should eat vegan. You can't say that either, because it's not balanced. It's extreme, So, and then you're an extremist, and then you're a right-wing extremist, and then it's problems. So, yeah. So, yeah.
We had one question, I think. I don't know if it...
That's from George. The cost of living is comparatively very high in Scandinavia. How expensive is a steak?
Yeah, not too bad. I think it's like, for a ribeye, it's around, depending on the quality, of course, but $35-40 for a kg. That's like 2.2 pounds. So it's okay.
$40 for a ribeye, like for 2 pounds of a ribeye
per kilo. Yeah.
Are we talking? Is that? I mean, I live in Colombia. I don't know how much. I can't even think. Food's a lot cheaper here. Is that a normal price for ribeye, Dr. Nelson?
So we're talking about, that's under 20. A good prime ribeye is going to cost more than $20 a pound. I think someone in the Kiltz tribe, our friend Jeff from 3C Jopa, is
Yeah.
offering for people to buy a share of beef, a full share that he'll divide into 4. So basically, you're gonna get a quarter beef for the price of the whole. That ends up being about $13 a pound combined. That's a pretty good price for Wagyu beef, by the way.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, we're looking for 4 people. He might do it, more than, let's say, 8 we're interested. He might do 2 of them. I'm speaking for him, and I don't know if he's here right now, but I told him if he gets another 3, I'm in for 1 quarter.
I'll let him know. He emails me every day. Almost every
Yes,
day. I'll let him know.
1 quarter beef is about 120 pounds of Wagyu beef.
That's nice.
All right.
Okay. All right. I was just curious because I don't know. I think we spend like $300 every 2 weeks and we get
but
a ton of meat. A ton of meat.
For some reason, inflation is not going up that much, or it's very, very controlled. However, the price of beef specifically is going up. Eggs have come down from a few years ago tremendously. So I don't know the specific circumstances of why beef specifically is going up in the United States. But the other day I went hunting to one of my close stores here, and I found a rib roast choice for about $13 a pound, and it was like I bought 2 at 2 separate times. I bought 2. I already cut one into steaks, and we had them. And I think, I don't know if anybody else had. I think I may have ate it all, but I have another one in the freezer I have to thaw. So for $13 a pound, a rib roast that was about 4 pounds, a little bit over 4 pounds, is not a bad price for ribeye steak. I cut it into 4 steaks, so each one was over a pound, just a little bit over a pound. It's a lot cheaper than buying in the same store. A choice ribeye steak was nearly $20 a pound. So you can save
So it's
money.
about the same. It's about the same then between the U.S. and Sweden.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Fueled by fat. Do you use any seasoning? Do you eat any other types of meat besides beef? That's for you.
Yeah, mostly meat, sometimes chicken, almost never fish because it's so hard to get it wild caught. And most like the seasoning, it's mostly salt, sometimes pepper, sometimes other stuff, but it's seldom. I like the taste of meat. When you get used to that, you don't want to taste other stuff.
And
True.
I'm sorry you guys don't have smell-o-vision, but I put last night some oxtails in the slow cooker, and I just added salt and some chicken broth, and it's smelling very good right now.
What I eat the most is like shock eye, I think it's called.
Chuck eye.
Yeah, like, and I cook it the same way as a ribeye. If you find a good quality shock eye, you don't need to do slow cook, because I believe that you get more out of the meat if it's rare. So I cook it the same way. I just sear it like 1 minute aside, but I cut out like really like thick pieces. That's how I do it. So that's like $15 kg, so like $7.5 per pound. So that's like half the price of a ribeye.
It
So
is
it's
about half
really
the
worth it.
price. Yes, it's about
Yeah.
half the price of a ribeye. It's a section right next to the ribeye. It's much cheaper, And if you buy the whole section, the whole truck, and you cut it yourself, you'll save some money. And you're right, the taste is very good.
Yeah.
My butcher used to sell us the whole chuck roll, and it was like 12 to 13 pounds, and it would be like $50 for the whole thing. So that would be a lot of food for us. Let's see. Anthony, Dr. Nelson, how was your 16-day fast a while back? In a few days, I start 10-day fast. At the moment, 7 has been my maximum.
Hello, Anthony. How are you doing? I don't know. I didn't do 15 or 16 days fast. I did 22. But it was good. It was good. And I could have gone longer, and I broke it because my wife wanted to go out and eat. We were at a convention in Orlando, and I said, okay, well, it's been long enough.
There you go. Do you do fasting?
No.
No.
Because I think it's good, but like I said, I just drop weight so easily. So yeah, no. And I feel great not doing it. So yeah. But if I'm not hungry, I don't eat. Especially, when people are sick, I see that as a blessing. The body is cleaning. Mm-hmm. So last time I got sick was like 6 months ago. I had alcohol and then I got sick. Okay, yeah, of course. So then I was sick for like 2 days. My body was cleaning. I had no appetite. And people, I don't know if it's the same in America, but in Sweden, they say, you should eat. You need nutrients, or not nutrients, you need calories.
Yeah.
But I don't eat in 2 days. And of course, I'm tired, I'm sick, but then I feel amazing. It's like, okay, the body, they fix the alcohol and every other small detail. Because even if, let's say, if I eat perfect, there is still, you're going to get some toxins, some plastic, you live in a city. So the body still maybe need to clean sometime,
Mm-hmm. So before I ask this question, do any of your patients ever ask you how you eat and why you eat that way? And then you can talk about carnivore, or no?
No, almost
No?
never. No.
Almost never. Oh, okay.
No, they have a lot of their own problems. So.
Sure. Okay. Briar Rose, Dr. Kiltz says that salt is super important. How is it that eventually, as people progress as carnivores, steak and butter gal, Dr. Chafee, not end up wanting any more salt? Don't know. Dr. Nelson? Some
people continue to need salt, some others don't. That's the reality. I salt my meat personally. I use electrolytes. We don't have. We're out of stock right now.
Yeah.
But I put it in my concoction I make there as well, and some electrolytes still every day. But some people that have been carnivores for a long time, they end up using less salt, and some people don't use any salt. So what do you think, Olle?
Yeah, I think you just have to listen to your body. Some people I know, they get headaches from salt. Okay, they try to remove it. Okay, no more headaches. Okay, probably better without salt. And some people think the meat tastes better without salt. Okay, then maybe you shouldn't have salt. And some people think it tastes better. Okay, then probably should have it. But I have some salt, and also I've experimented some with creatine as well, in powder, and I actually feel a little bit of difference in my workouts, not mentally or anything or health wise, but I'm not sure. I think might be hard. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass now, but it might be hard to get enough protein from meat, not protein, creatine. At least for me, I feel a bit of difference, a bit more like full in the gym, so I can lift a little bit more weight. Yeah.
So the amount that I've seen around is about 3 grams of creatine that you get from a carnivore diet. So I don't know what they're basing that on, if it's on a pound or 2 of meat, but you do get a significant amount. It's not insignificant. But when you're working out, or if you want, there's some benefits, brain function and mental function with creatine. If you want to try it, of course, if you're in the gym regularly, you have found a benefit. How much do you use?
I think it's like what's this? It's like 3 grams a day or 5 grams a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most will come with a little scoop, and it's about 5 grams each serving.
Yeah.
And you use that once a day only, or do you use 2 or 3 times a day?
No, once a day only.
Okay.
But I've heard some people say they get benefits from like 20 grams because the creatine goes to the muscle first, and in order to get more of the like brain benefits, it needs to be like almost like overdosed because of that reason, because it goes to the muscle first and then to the brain. But I'm not sure if it's true, but that's what I heard.
George had a comment there. Read it, please.
Sure, George. Upping the salt cured my night cramps without resorting to magnesium. There you go.
So magnesium is the first thing I would think of when there are cramps. But yes, if you're not having enough sodium, in particular potassium, you might also have cramps. So that's why, if you're having cramps, probably try the electrolytes first, or make your own electrolytes with salt, potassium, and magnesium. Usually a combination of those will help for the cramps.
Yeah, and I think generally for like really overweight people, I think salt is important. I think it's probably a bad decision to remove salt if you want to try carnivore, especially in the beginning, especially if you are overweight. And the recommendations are, of course, based on like a normal person, like 70 kg. But if you're like 150 kg and you're starting carnivore and no salt, then there could be big problems. And also, salt affects insulin, right? Indirectly. So if you're already having like problems with insulin sensitivity, then you should probably incorporate salt. And then after a while and you lose weight, then maybe you can try both with or without salt.
Very good.
Great. Okay, Briar Rose, we got that one. Cookie Carter, good morning, everyone. Does grass-fed, grass-finished cows carry less fat than grain-fed, especially a young cow? I mostly get this type young cow. Is that okay?
Does grass-fed, grass-finished cows carry less fat than grain-fed? So all cattle are grass-fed for all their lives, and then some cattle are for the last 3 months fed a higher amount of grain. It's not like they don't eat any grass, but yes, the end result is the meat is more marbled, so higher in fat. We could talk about distinct nutritional value differences in each one, whether that translates into being one better than the other for you. That's the question. I don't think we have any statistics on that. Theoretically, grass-fed, grass-finished will be at the top of the chart, but eat what you can buy and I buy both. I buy at the local box stores regular meat. All those are grain fed usually, and if they have any grass finished beef, they advertise it on the label. It's a little bit more expensive as well, but whether that difference in the meat quality ends up having a difference on you personally, that's up for debate. And how much difference that is, if it's worth it or not, that's another good question. What do you normally buy, Olle?
If I can find cheap grass-fed, then it's normally that. But it's like you say, no one really knows like the difference exactly and how it will affect the health. But the worse your health is, the more I would lean towards grass-fed, grass-finished. But we shouldn't like shame people for doing like grain-fed. I mean, come on, it's still better than like everything else. So I don't want to hear that like culture. Oh, it's not even grain-fed, you know. Oh, I mean, grass-fed. It's just buy if you have can afford with grass fed and the grain finished, then go for it.
Okay, next question, Mary. Do you know of anyone overcoming sarcoidosis on carnivore? Did I get it right?
Sarcoidosis. I personally have known of several people with sarcoidosis. You're doing carnivore. They all have heard anecdotally that is, yes, they're doing better. Now, sarcoidosis is apparently, the precise cause is not very well known, but like many things, inflammation is probably autoimmune, and like almost every inflammatory condition, they seem to get better on a very low carbohydrate diet that is excluding all sugars, processed foods, and vegetables, seed oils, carnivore. So yes, it seems people do better with very low carb or no carb on a carnivore diet, right?
Correct. Oh, I forgot to mention something earlier. You were talking about like Paul Saladino and destroying your thyroid on a carnivore diet, but we have evidence and proof for me that you can actually improve your thyroid on a carnivore diet. And many people with Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism have improved on a carnivore diet without those carbohydrates. So I just wanted to mention that. Like even people in the chat here have all improved those conditions without fruit or honey. Anthony says 22. Dang, that's impressive. I just remembered you were wanting to be Dr. Kiltz. You did. I'm good. I go for cancer screening soon. That's why I'm doing a 10-day fast. Okay, Anthony, we're good for you.
Anthony has a great story, and he is fighting, and we're cheering him on because of his story with cancer. And that is one of the main reasons I also try to keep my ketones up because of my personal history with that thing. So do you worry about being in ketosis, Olle, or you just eat beef or whatever meat you're eating?
Yeah, I don't worry about it at all. I think even keto diet is people forget that keto diet is actually from the beginning like a low protein diet. So I wouldn't like a carnivore. Yeah, we say it's like a keto diet, but you should have some like insulin production just by eating the protein from the meats. So it's not like a 10% meat, 90% butter diet. Of course, you can call that but we're not actively, at least not me, I'm not actively trying to not get the insulin push. And that's maybe, some people think that's maybe why Paul Saladino got problems, because he ate like too little protein and didn't get the insulin.
So yeah, carnivore diet, depending where you are, depending on how much fat you have in your diet, will be the main thing is it's supposed to be a high fat diet anyways. Moderate, not necessarily low protein, but if you eliminate the carbohydrates, it's a ketogenic diet. People with anything related to the brain, any disorder related to the brain, there's a long list of things, including mental health conditions, people with cancer, people with probably autoimmune diseases as well, probably do better when they are in ketosis, in nutritional ketosis. So in general, I don't tell, just eat instinctively, eat fatty meat, and you'll be okay. For some people need to track a little bit, and for specific reasons. Anthony, I don't know if you're checking your ketones. I'd like to know what the numbers are. On my last week doing that 22-day fast, I was constantly, my level of ketones was 4 to 5.
Let's see. Jeffrey, why do they give hospital patients 3 meals a day?
And snacks if they want, by the way. So they could potentially have six meals a day. We have been conditioned for many years to eat 3 times a day. Used to be people only ate 3 times a day and nothing in between meals. Now it seems that there are some studies that show people are eating 15 to 17 times a day, because every time you put something in your mouth is an event. It's eating, okay? So
Wow.
If you listen to Dr. Sivas, for example, he says that snacking is never a nutritional event. It's always something else going on. And it doesn't matter if it's a healthy snack. If you're eating, you're stimulating, you're going to have a rise in glucose, a rise in insulin as a response to it. And you're just perpetuating the same cycle that got you sick. If you eat your meal, get full, and then stop eating until you're hungry again. And that, normally shouldn't happen until at the earliest 4 to 5 hours or longer later, even if you eat 3 times a day. And if you need to eat 3 times a day, that's fine. It's all the in between snacking sometimes that takes us down.
Right. Christine, I don't hear about eating window and circadian rhythm, and I happen to believe it matters. ?
Well, we do talk about that here all the time. Whether eating once a day or twice a day, and just keeping your eating window to, whether you're doing 16-8, 18-6, 20-4, or 23-1, eating once a day, or fasting more than 24 hours, your body will benefit from occasional, fast. And all you have to do is keep one day of eating. So depending what you eat, what time you eat the day before and the day after, you are going to end up with either 36 to 48 hours of not eating by just skip one day a week on a regular basis, and you'll probably be promoting some autophagy, mitophagy, increasing growth hormone, and many other benefits. Do you have to fast? Does everybody need to fast? No.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the stuff, like we know it's bad, but we can't say how bad. Like eating at night. Of course, we know it's bad, but we don't know if it's the main problem is being up at night, because when people work night shifts, they die quite prematurely and have a lot of problems. But we can't say for sure how much of it being up at night or how much of it is eating at night, because then we need a randomized controlled trial of a group that eats at night and work and a group that doesn't eat. And I don't think they've done those kind of studies. So
now, many people do talk about eating, for example, during the daytime. Now, in extreme north or south countries on the hemisphere, that's a little bit difficult because night and days are not always, half night, half day. But a lot of people talk about eating earlier in the day, not eating after sunset. And I think you do better like that. But Dr. Kiltz, it's his one meal at night and then goes to bed. And he does well with that. So everybody's I don't like to eat late at night, and if I don't like to go to bed with my feeling full. I don't feel well.
Here, Dr. Nelson, where pigs fly farm, have colitis, been on lion diet since May 1st, have pain in lower left abdomen back for 2 days. Do I need to fast, eating twice a day?
Read it again, please.
Have colitis, been on lion diet since May 1st, have pain in lower left abdomen back for 2 days. Do I need to fast, eating twice a day?
Okay. Well, I don't know. Is your colitis better? Are you currently having pain? Is that what you mean? And you have been carnivore, basically lion diet since May 1st. I would think that is quite an anti-inflammatory type of eating. But when you have colitis, and I don't know if it's ulcerative colitis specifically, sometimes your body's causing inflammation no matter what you do. Again, fasting is okay and might be helpful in certain situations where there's a lot of inflammation. All I can say is give it a try.
Should she go see her doctor?
If you've been having pain, do not forgo checking with your doctors. Just because you're on a carnivore diet, it's not magic. I think it's great nutrition, great nutritional value. It's anti-inflammatory, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't go and check with your doctor. Yes.
Okay. Robert Lloyd, did most of you slowly go carnivore or straight away?
Alia, you want to answer that first?
39 years up to carnivore. No, straight away. One after deciding. It was cold turkey after deciding.
How about you, Olle?
I did some like fruits also in the beginning, like Paul Saladino style. But yeah, so I guess that's slow. But after that, I went into normal carnivore.
So I initially went about 6 months very strict low carb, and then I went carnivore. So that wasn't that big of a jump, but I did notice immediately benefits within days. When I started carnivore, I still had some benefits. I don't remember if I developed a belly rash that lasted like 4 months, but I don't know if I was still eating some vegetables. I had stopped eating fruit regularly, probably years ago, anyways. But don't remember if I was still having vegetables or if the rash came out more when I went carnivore. And it lasted about 4 months. You asked Sully Norton, that was probably some oxalate dumping. But it went away, it didn't come back.
Did you add some oxalates to make it a little bit less?
I just pushed through it. It was itchy, and that was the only problem I had from it. It was a rash that I could see. I could pick at it. Granules will come off. And it just went away about 3 or 4 months later.
Sorry, I'm left to get a comment. Rick says this guy's much prettier than Mitch because it's 7 o'clock and Mitch is live. Mitch is our friend. He's 80. He does a live stream every morning. And he's
Alia is 7:02. Alia.
Oh, wow. How did that happen? Let's do the giveaway.
Ulla, did you put hashtag KMT in the chat?
No, I'm not in the chat.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm not sure how this works. I'm just here.
Are you going to be at Hack Your Health this year in Tampa?
Where is it in
Tampa, 14 through 16 November.
Yeah, coming up again in about 3 weeks.
Would be fun, but probably not. But it would be really fun. But I will do some international carnivore events.
So he has one. I don't know. I gotta talk to you backstage, Alia. I think this is.
I don't control this. It's something from StreamYard.
I am just kidding, people. He's won like 4 times. I never win.
Do you ever put your name in there?
I do all the time.
I don't know. Bill Cook says, Rick. Okay, Paul Clark, congratulations. Email me, alia@drkiltz.com, and I will send you a t-shirt. I need your shirt size. Thank you so much. Congratulations, and thanks for playing. All right.
All right. And who do we have at 3 o'clock today?
Dr.
Alia?
Biamonte, I think. Dr. Michael Biamonte. He's all about parasites, actually, and some other stuff. Let's see, but let me look real quick.
All right. So 3 p.m.
Dr. Biamonte. He's fun. You'll like him.
3 p.m. Eastern time for our live stream. That's the same. Wherever you're watching, probably be there, except for, well, you're not watching on Dr. Kiltz Instagram, but I do have a couple of people here on Instagram that are watching.
See you then.
Are you doing any coaching, Ulla?
Yeah, some coaching I do actually. So yeah, a couple of clients I have time with, and some group stuff also. So yeah.
All right. And
Nice.
what's the best way to find you? Would that be the YouTube channel?
Yeah, the YouTube channel and Instagram. Same name in Instagram. So yeah.
All righty.
Yeah.
So go and find him and subscribe. Although most of the videos I probably won't understand, but as you can see, that I did subscribe.
Nice.
But I wonder, do you have auto translation into English on your channel?
That's a good question, actually. I'm not sure.
So
Maybe I need to fix that.
check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's been fun.
Nice.
Goodbye, everybody.
Have a good day.